Hello everyone, my name is Ned Finn. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the stream, and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. It is early in the morning. I am on my second cup of coffee, and it is indeed my day off, and I am quite determined to have a good one. And what better way than to start off the day with a little bit of Dwarf Fortress. We are jumping straight back into Feralcobalt. And we're going to see where time takes us. I think we've got a decent shot of making it to the year 211, which is good. Again, of course, the goal here is to make it all the way to 212 for an entire decade's worth of Fortress history. This is all chalk? This is all chalk. It mightn't be a bad idea to get at some of this chalk for the sake of the very valuable flux stone that it offers. There's some hematite as well. I think the caravan is still here. You know what we should have requested is gold or silver when they offered it. But in theory, this is actually the last, as far as our grand project here is concerned, I think this will actually be the final. Can we resume that? The final caravan that we will get, so the opportunity for getting some of those more precious materials may indeed have kind of passed us by, but that is okay. Perfectly okay. We can live with that. Okay, and there's some bituminous coal here as well, which we simply love to see. All this. Unrotten processable plants. That's for our thresher. Dwarf Monster Slayer Necromancer is visiting. Nifty. And Dwarven Child is throwing a tantrum. You good? How's the kitchen look?
Thank you very much.
You got it. And the question, you know, here's one of my kind of nominal goals for today, right? Dwarf Fortress. How aquifer? How to aquifer? There we go. Okay. Advice for beginners. Light aquifers are easy to handle and very functional. If you say so. Layer above the aquifer with wells. It drops down through the... Let's see what we do. How do. Place the well in an open space above water to provide a relatively safe area for citizens to draw water. Requires mechanisms, blocks, chain. Requires mechanisms, blocks, chain or rope, and a bucket. Okay. But that's just as, like, a reliable source of water. Yeah? Versus the screw pump. Use a screw pump to move liquids upwards from the elevation below the pump to the same elevation as the pump. Okay. So where are the aquifers right now? Now, in theory, could we not? Okay, so here's a question. Can we dig a hole? Can we just, like, remove flooring? Dig a well, I guess that's essentially what a stairwell is. Let's see if we can't isolate this aquifer, right? I think maybe that's what we do to start with. See how deep one of these frickin' things actually goes. What do we got? We've got the carnelian clusters. We've got regular chert. Let's see where this thing goes, because we know for certain, and we'll get some of that limonite as well. We know for certain that this is dry. Well, and let's consult the old wiki real quick. Dwarf Fortress well. Does not clean or desalinate water. Okay. Wells provide an emergency drinking source in case alcohol runs out. Don't let that happen, says the wiki. Grates. We could build grates and let some of those get through. Now there's an idea. Gosh, this frickin' the sunlight is really just killer right now. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't help, rather. Let me go ahead and check this, because, like, I can see the sun, like, top of the thing. So that's got to be roughly east then. So, like, as we approach noon, things should get a little bit better. Look, underwater threats. Building a well. Versus, let's look up our screw pump, shall we? I mean, I get the sense of how the screw pump works. But, you know, let's take a look. Small building that can lift fluids, water, or magma up to the same Z level as the pump and can be either manually operated by a dwarf or powered by machinery. Pumping salt water or stagnant water can also produce clean water. Pump has 2 tiles by 1 tile in size. Since the pumping only occurs in a straight tile, it requires a total of 4 tiles in a row. The fluid source, 2 for the pump. The fluid output, see diagram, blah, blah, blah. This seems very complicated. And I think I would just as soon build a bunch of grates. Floor grate. Blocks creatures, but allows the passage of fluids. Can be built over an empty space, stairs, ramps, or above liquid. Grates, unlike bars, the quality of enhancing the volume of rooms. Grates can be attached to levers. Okay. Well, let's see, because I'm thinking that we, like, build... We build a series of grates, right? Let's see here. Now, what I'm not getting an indication of is that doors can block fluids, which is a little bit concerning, but we'll deal with that in the due course. I don't think it's a terrible idea that we just kind of... Now, here's a question. Constructions for great. Oh, and of course we'll need some grates, but that does apparently work, which is good. It's good to know, good to see. Alright, let's see here. Speaking of seeing, let's go ahead and make rock grates, and we're gonna make 16 of the suckers. Yeah? So we can have like 4 sets of 4. This will be my first serious interaction with fluids in this game, incidentally, so we'll see how this works. This does feel like a very... This is a very Ned-coded mend and make do type situation, because the thing to do would be to build a screw pump, pump the liquid somewhere manageable, but instead, what I am going to be doing as an alternative is just dropping the liquid down and praying, right? Okay, that's kind of what I figured I would end up seeing. If this whole thing is connected, that's going to be a little bit frustrating. Ooh, yeah, I think this whole thing might be connected. Just fine. It is a lot smaller than the aquifer that I saw on the Reddit post that I was looking at a moment ago, but never you mind. It's basically fine. The good news is that they will stop if they encounter a wet wall, which is awfully considerate of them. Well, now this is interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Feels like I'm playing frickin' Minesweeper over here. Good God. Now here's the good news, right? Here's actually the very good news. This is all mining down here. There's literally no structures. We don't even have bedrooms here. This is just tunnels. So, like, that's good. That's actually very good. Let's look at those work orders. Cool. We've made 12 of the 16 grates that we've ordered, which is pretty cool. No aquifer up here that we've encountered. Like, there's frickin', what, parse clusters? There's these carnelian clusters. Like, it would be nice to get at some of this stuff. again, I think worst case scenario is that some dwarves end up we flood some of the tunnels. We might lose a couple dwarves in the deluge, but I think that's kind of like the worst case scenario here, which I'll take. I will take that. Let's see here. I think it is a good thing that we get a sense of how big this thing is, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I expected. This is really quite sizable. So let's go ahead and dig deep, dig greedily. Let's dig... Screw it, let's dig down there. Oh, well, there's more frickin'... Oh. The aquifer extends down here. That's unfortunate. But that also means, presumably... Oh, we might even be able to kind of drain it slightly more directly or something? I don't know. Let's dig this out. Let's find out. Let's F around and find out, shall we? Oh, gosh. Oh, this janky shoulder of mine. I will say I'm very curious to how well these little dudes swim, huh? So here's an isolated bit of this aquifer, which is a good thing. That's useful, because this will allow us to kind of test out some of these theories, right? See how draining with grates will end up working. And also get a sense of how deep this thing goes as well, which will be useful. What's up, little dude? What's your name? Here's what we're gonna do. Are you even a citizen? Yeah. Oop. Guts. What is he doing besides bleeding, obviously? He's hauling. So he is working. Okay. Okay, so the aquifer extends down at least 2 layers. Let's go ahead and dig down another. See kind of how this goes. There we go. Fortress is handling itself otherwise. We've got... well, let's see here. Let's check our stocks. We've got prepared meals. Yeah, we've got 348 prepared meals, which is actually a lot less than I would have expected. In fact... let's go ahead... fine. Prepare fine meals. And we're going to do that 300 times. And we're going to move that up. I mean, obviously, we've got plenty of raw food, clearly. We've got plenty of meat, clearly. Plenty of meat, plenty of fish. Speaking of which, how is... oh, look at that. It all looks so clean. Oh my goodness. I do not know what we can do with cartilage. You wool. Petition. Sure. But the important... now, can we... it's like hoofcraft a separate thing? That's a good question. We know horn. Horn crafts. What about hoof? No. Let's make some horn crafts as well, then. Because clearly decorating things with horn, it just ain't working out for us. Okay, and it would appear that the aquifer does not extend down here. And we've grabbed up some of those valuables, which is good. It is very good. Also, there's some lignite there, which I'd love to get my hands on. What's up, Matto? I'm sorry that you've been sick, bud. What's been going on? What's the nature of the illness? What ails you, my bean? Our mighty dwarf metropolis. The great dwarf metropole. Nasty weather change. I gotcha. Bad case of the seasonal sniffles then, is it? Gosh, you really just, like, cannot see me. Also, hello, what's up, map? Be able to see the mini-map. Good lord. We've been at this for, 25 odd minutes now. Let's just see what I can see here. More or less. I'm a little curious as to how like shallow water is handled, if that makes sense. There's a ghost? Well, we know what to do there. Our stone cutter. Memorial slab. There we go. We know how to handle this. We really, really do. One day it's 35, the next it's 70. Ooh. I'm sorry, bud. That's no fun at all. Okay, Okay, so here's some good news. We do my guys do appear to be prioritizing the higher value materials. So like they're grabbing the lignite, they're grabbing the gem clusters, obviously, or the gems resulting from those clusters. Yeah, good. This is exactly what we want to see. Now, here's what we do. Here's what we give a shot. We go to construction. We go to the build menu and then construction, and then we go for floor grate. Keep building. Use closest material. Just a common cold. You got it, bud. Now, hopefully, none of these fools ends up using the because presumably. It's just here. There's 4 full tiles of water. Well, 4 full tiles of water plus whatever is on elevation 35 here. Something to consider. The whole thing could drain out through here. So let's make this even bigger then. Why not? Make it one big pool. And we'll see how this goes. Because presumably this whole area up here will drain down into here, will drain down into this level. Good news is the whole thing should be isolated from the rest of the tunnels. Like, we're not even screwing around up here. Oh, you know what? It would be great if I unpaused the game, huh? That would probably get things moving along a little bit better. Well, Matt, I am sorry to hear that you've got the common cold. Common cold causing uncommon discomfort. But I hope you recover quickly. I hope you are taking the time to rest, taking the time to, drink your fluids, take your cold medicine, all that good stuff. I know it's no fun. I'm a big old baby when I get any kind of illness, so, like, you're in good company. I'm a serial complainer. Ping calls it me having a man cold. Which is, I suppose, specifically a cold resulting in a lot of complaining from said man. But still. Okay, let's deal with this ghost, shall we? Furniture, slab, select material. Grab Ablel. Grab his slab. The old slab and grab. Okay, good. So none of these. Now this is interesting. Good. This is actually very interesting. So I think, because I don't think this replaced the floors. It just put a grate down on top of the floor. Because you can see chert floor grate, gray Chalcedony cavern floor. So. Okay, so they've removed. Okay. And they'll grab these things. Okay. Take them back to where they need to be. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So, let's see here. to the Google machine. Dwarf Fortress. Remove. Cavern floor. Square by square by channeling the entire section. Channeling. Dig a channel, making a ramp on the level below. Okay. Well, let's see how that works, shall we? Well, presumably because there's nothing down here. Well, we're about to see, huh? And actually, need to make it so they can access that center tile. Okay. So, we have dug a hole in floor. Well, no time like the present. Let's take a crack at this, shall we? With the old Dwarf College try. Gosh, this seems like a bad idea. Well, we're about to see. Because the order has gone out. Excuse me? Escusi? You mean to tell me there's no water in this thing? Well, all right then. I guess we'll dig into this then. Grab some of those bloodstone clusters, which they're called bloodstone. You'd think that they would be red, but whatever. Oh well. Well, there's some water. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so it is draining. It's draining slowly from above. It's a muddy, muddy cavern wall. A dusting of mud. Well, fiefs. What do we go? Units. Other. We find the hostiles. Gourds. Get 'em. Where's this blood coming from? I'd like to know. Not exactly rushing towards this hole that we've made, is it? Onget. Let's see if we can find Onget and see if they actually were, like, injured. Onget. Mothflag. Yeah, there's not... I'm sorry, sir. There's not an Onget Mothflag that lives here. Unless... Other. Livestock. No. Yeah, there's no one by that name who lives here, I'm afraid. So I don't know where this blood has come from. That's a little perplexing. But, New Dwarf, who dis? I mean, so far, so good. Like, we haven't really, like... Hasn't been, like, this massive deluge. I think we tried digging in a little bit further. See what we can see, huh? Eh? Yeah, I mean, this is like 1 out of 7. That's probably like ankle deep water at that point. Like, I don't think this is that big of an issue. Like, some of it is just clearing up to mud, right? Presumably. Well, now that's interesting. Because presumably, there's still, like, a floor up here, huh? Now that's interesting. That's something I hadn't even considered. This is draining... Well, no. Because if it's an aquifer, there shouldn't be a floor, right? It should just be solid water. Am I crazy in thinking that? We're about to find out. We're going to find out. We're going to figure this out. one way or another. We're going to get this sorted. Part of the way that we're gonna get this sorted is we're gonna put some of those grates to use, yeah? This, okay, they do have access to both sides. It's just gonna be... Well, don't do that, you idiot. Okay. Alright, fellas. Alright. And now, we go to construction, floor grate, closest material to hand, and then we install the grates, right? Pecklod. Okay. Can we put Pecklod to rest? Question mark? Yep, sure can. Gosh, I am really just, like, radiant from this window behind me. If we end up doing some kind of big, like, spring refresh, I'm gonna do something about this. Not like a spring refresh, but if we end up doing just, like, some kind of big, like, apartment rearranging, I'm gonna figure out what to do about this flippin' wall. Or window, rather. Which I'm a little bit warm, actually, which is bizarre. Give me just a moment here, folks. Yeah, no, it's like 70 in here. That's fine. It's not like horrifically warm or anything. I want to see how all this ends up working, right? How this water ends up sloshing around down here. I mean, again, this is like this is a big puddle, essentially. What's up, Guts? How you doing, kid? All right. Gonna dig this out. And we're gonna install more grates. Try to control the flow, you know? You're going to... What's that called? A channel. I was thinking a trench. It's not a trench. It's a channel. Okay, and dwarves are passing over these grates just fine. That's what we're after. That's what we want to see. These kids are just chilling. They're playing make-believe. They're playing make-believe together. Just very cute. Guts and Sarvesh. Alright, let's go ahead. Construct floor grate. Boop, boop, boop. Eventually, we'll need to get these whippersnappers out of here, but, you know, I suppose that can wait. We've got, like, this roaming tile of extra water. Presumably, yeah, I was about to say, presumably it'll find an edge and then dissipate. Right? Look at this. Like, even, there's mud forming. It's drying into mud. This is fine. Okay, you two get the frick out of here. A masterpiece pigtail cloth. Well, that's cool. Yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty freaking cool. I guess, bro. I guess that's pretty cool. Brimstone. I want to tell these kiddos to get out of here so we can bust open this wall and drain some of this down here. Again, like, I'm a little bit just curious how this ends up working. I can kind of conceptualize, like, fluid dynamics with something like, what do you call it? I'm about to call it failure to launch, but that's not correct. Oxygen not included. Like that I get. You can visualize it all in one plane, right? This is a little bit different. I was really expecting like a substantial like gusher of water, and maybe that's exactly what happens when we bust through this wall. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with fluid dynamics in this game. The good news is like this water isn't frickin' like really impeding movement at all. Presumably they're just sloshing around their little cave spider silk shoes and calling it a day. Yep. Alright. Let's try this. Let's see how badly we bork this melon, so to speak. Where are you going? No job? No job, you say. See? It's my girl, Sandy Loam. Yo, what's up, Sandy? So apparently my entire conception of what these aquifers even are and how they function is just, like, fundamentally flawed. We got a baby. We have un baby. Un babino. I figured a damp wall would just be like... There. Well, okay. And presumably that's leaking out because of the loam. I don't know, man. I'm very confused. I'm very confused by how these aquifers work. I mean, I feel pretty good about the fact that we have these drains, yeah? Lead down onto open space. So we have like a little bit of water, but not that much. Just not that frickin' much. I don't know what to make of this. Now, presumably, I don't think there would be any kind of aquifer up here, although I'd be very curious to find out. Or it's all just fire clay. No aquifer here. This has just not been nearly as, like, catastrophic as I kind of thought it would be. Like, there is clearly some kind of drainage, obviously. Threading is not on. Yes, I thought I did this already. Whatever. Presumably game is trying to figure out... I don't know, it was working on, like, fluid dynamics or something. I mean, this very clearly is just not as big of an issue as I thought it would be. Quite clearly. Alright, this is slowly draining. Again, ankle deep, though, is the thing, right? Slowly draining through, but only slowly. Got some more gemstones, which is nice. Dwarf, blah, blah, blah. Look at that, mid-year winter, year 210. We're gonna hit 211 before the frickin' day is out. I'm confident of that fact. There we got a little gem cluster there. Let's get at some of them. Oh, and there's some of those carnelian clusters as well. I would really like to get at. Well, let's go ahead and frickin'... Let's do a little bit of a fire break. And then we channel out this. And then we build some grates. Some floor grates. Boop, boop, boop. Honestly, let's go ahead and make some more rock grates as well. CKGRA. And we're going to make like 20 of these just so that we have them. Mostly just because I want to get at these carnelian clusters. Like, I don't even know if anything is going to happen, but I'd rather be prepared than not, you know? That's me flipping point, mate. That's the freaking point, right? Open space. Pupils shining over open space. We can just kind of dig into this as well. Bard has created Tataval Nosim Abir, a gypsum scepter. He offers it to the whip of words. Cool. Yeah, there's a little bit more water that's flowing out from this, but like, let's get some of that lignite. Again, it's not this massive deluge that I was expecting, which I guess is like fine, and we can like get at the material that we want to. Great. Kind of part of the goal here is to make sure that we're not using dull shin. Which, I mean, although, in theory, having that just, like, out and about might actually, like, improve people's mood more than having it locked up in the storeroom somewhere. I don't know. That's hard to say. Now, let's get at these carnelian clusters here. I mean, like, the sense that I get is that this aquifer is less... It's less that there's, like, a pool of water underground, more just, like, that a lot of this material is just, like, saturated, right? I don't know. I mean, this is... And there's gotta be a body of water, like, in here somewhere, right? Like, this ain't coming from nowhere. But it's not as much of, like, oh, there is this big block of water up here. What must needs be dealt with? Ooh. More gems. Let us grab these gems. Yeah. I think for right now, this is just going to be like a little 30-minute stream. Or not a 30-minute stream. Good lord, a 90-minute stream. Good lord, not a blink and you'll miss it exactly, but you know, a quicker stream. And then later this evening, I'm gonna be playing more Lies of P, because I'm enjoying it. I think it's neat. Need to get a sense of what the blocking Fable art for my current selected weapon does, but that's something that we can work out in the due course. Late winter of the year 210. Come on, 211. And let's get through here as well. And then we can channel out from here also. Because the goal is that if water has, like, we're trying to make, like, very distinctive barriers. That's kind of the goal here. I mean, it is very slowly starting to proliferate, right? Jasper slipped into a depression. Oh no. Get this man some Prozac. Mist. Why is there mist? Interesting. Now, let's go ahead and throw down some more grates, yeah? Floor grates. Boom, 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 boom. I think the Reddit thing mentioned something about mist. I mean, slowly but surely we are seeing some of this water start to accumulate a little bit. Unrotten horn body part. I guarantee you we have some unrotten horn. Prepare fine meals. We're still working on that. I feel like we've just kind of been neglecting the rest of the fortress throughout this, which is certainly, you know, a thing. A great... The Desert Titan Uko Suloxob Baspu Obruk has come. A great scaly tarantula. It has 4 long, straight horns and moves deliberately. Beware its poisonous bite. Okay. So, we go to units, we go to other. Okay, hello. Well... the goal here is to make sure the squad gets to this thing before this thing gets to my citizens, right? There we go. Battle beneath the trees. There we go. Is it dead? Hell yeah. Good job, boys. We got him. And girls. I'm sure I've got some female dwarves as part of my squads. I'm certain I do. Never a dull moment here in Feralcobalt. Never a dull moment. Again, just mud. Mud and water. Mud and, like, ankle-deep water. Mud and puddles. More than anything else. Small pile of mud, and dustings of mud. And that's it. It's literally all that we're dealing with here. I was expecting something so much more substantial. I guess this is kind of what defines a light aquifer versus a... like a larger aquifer, or a heavy aquifer, I guess. Do you have anyone in the hospital? Because I remember we have one of those. No. Hospital's empty. All good on the hospital. Ooh, we could use some more bins. Oh. Ron. Bin. We're gonna make like 15 Ron, or 14 Ron bins. Why not? Fine. That's totally cool, bruh. Whatever you want, bruh. Oh gosh. I know how to solve this. Or I've solved this in the past. Blue arrows. Lowercase r. There we go. Acting like the internet told me something personally. Oh, hit the R. Okay, thanks. Yeah, we need to bin some of these units of coke. Thanks, fellas. Because we also need to... Gosh, that's an awful lot of doors and barrels and all that junk. Oh, that's where all the coke went. Okay, yeah, we'll want to put that away. Also, memory swerves. We have an unplaced slab that wants for placing. Ooh. We've got 2 unclaimed slabs. Interesting. Oh, Domus was the dude that we couldn't seem to bury, right? Memory serves. Hell yeah. Not a single bit of water has drained down here. Which I guess I'm fine with. Which I'm basically fine with. This is all part of... all part of stockpile 10, huh? Which we could conceivably, like, expand out into here. For some additional spice. All those bins. Okay, we've cleaned this up. Gosh, that looks so much better. It is nice to see kind of like a junked... That's a dwarf. Oh, that's a duck? It's a duck bone? Like a bunch of, not unstored, but like unstorage vesseled materials get cleaned up and put where they need to be. Now here's a question. I don't think we can put bones... No, if we could put bones in bins or barrels, they would already be in them. So that's not what we're looking at here. That is in fact not what we're seeing here. I see the spinny blue wheel of death. I'm trying not to think the worst. There we go. The way, like, cold chills. It's like, have I lost the past hour and a half of progress? No, I have not. Oh, no. Well, we just saved, so that's not even an issue. Turns out, actually... a non-problem. Slowly but surely. I mean, like, half the stuff is just kind of degrading into mud. So I don't know. I mean, I think that the water is leaking at a faster rate than it is turning into mud. But still. Be very curious to see if this even ends up hitting our little ad hoc drain here. I mean, presumably a non-zero amount of this water has drained from here down to here. I think, in fact, it has. Well, we know that there's mist coming down here. Whatever that even means. So, that, I mean, I think that the implication there is that the drain system is working, at least. Which is good. Ugh. Still working on those fine meals, which is appropriately enough fine. I gotta take a little potty break here, folks. I'll be back in just a tick. back from the potty break, and I return with a snack. Now, I'll tell you what, this channel, these streams are not sponsored by Aldi, because I'm not sponsored by anyone, but in a very real sense, the content of this channel is brought to you by Aldi, because without them, I wouldn't eat. I mean, shall we keep digging? I kind of want to keep digging. Kind of see what we can turn up here. See how deep this particular bunny hole goes. I don't know why. I do not care for the term bunny hole. Rabbit hole? Fine. Bunny hole? I don't think so. That's gonna be a no from me, dog. I'm afraid not. I'm afraid that's simply not gonna work for us. We're going in a different direction. This is kind of annoying. That as you get into these damp walls, you have to keep reiterating, like, yes, please mine. Like, I get why they do it. I get why they do it this way. And it is almost certainly for the best that they do it this way. But, still, a little annoying. Nonetheless, a little annoying. Well, hold on. Instructions. Passage of creatures, objects, and fluids. Okay. Nope. Use chart. Oh, the elves are here. Gosh. Broker requested at depot, and let's let's find our bins. Can we specifically search for steel? I guess so. Well, okay, it wouldn't be in this finished goods bin. Armor. Nope. You're looking. It's all iron. There's some steel. There's some steel. Platinum bars. Steel. There we go. Let's grab that. Silver. Let's grab that for the steel. It's ash. Let's grab our coin bin as well. No, we're not going to give them the coins. We're going to give them some steel bars as a frickin' gift. Okay? Also go ahead, make some pig iron bars. Just this is for our own purposes. We're going to make like 25 of the damn things. You know, I know that I said that it was going to be about a, put to rest. Planters, depressions, unfortunate. I know that I said this was going to be about a 90-minute stream, I think, which would put us at ending right, right at the bottom of the hour. Bottom of next hour, top of this hour. But you know what? I think we'll go ahead and push for an extra 15 minutes. So quarter past the next hour, we'll go ahead and push that too. I don't think there's too much of an issue with doing that. I am legitimately at this point just trying to push, to drain onto elevation 33. Like that is a big part of like what I want to see happen here. If we can push enough water down to 34 so that it'll drop to 33. Because as of right now, we're definitely not there. Ugh. Alright, let's see here. Again, presumably a non-zero. I don't think we're gonna drain down to this floor, honestly. Which is fine. Again, like we've kind of cracked the case on these aquifers. They are not nearly as scary as I thought they were. You know, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and trade with these fools. Steel, steel. Trade a profit and allowed weight. Iron. Steel, steel, steel. These are gift. Okay. It's not even that much, but like, screw it. Actually, how many frickin' bars do we have? Iron bars, silver bars, copper bars, steel bars. We've got a bunch of steel bars somewhere. We just need to find them. Let's move more goods to the depot, shall we? Bins. Ooh, gosh. Steel. Oh, here we go. Now, presumably, you should actually stick to... I think they'll probably end up being mad at us if we give them... Let's give them some... give them some coins. Why not? I think they could be mad at us if we even bring stuff out in wooden bins. So we won't do that. Yeah, look at that. Early spring, year 211. There we go. Look at that. A couple more streams. A couple more 2-hour streams. And I think we got this thing licked, fellas. I really do. Yeah, because I guarantee you we've got a lot of steel bars and some of these, yeah. And some of these wooden bins, which I just don't want to risk it. I really don't. The glass furnaces. Nothing. Nothing, not one solitary thing. Not a single bloody thing. I mean, at this point, it really is just kind of riding out the last year, making sure that nothing too catastrophic happens, and I'm pretty sure that's all she wrote. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can see. Alright, let's not be distracted by the phone, Ned. Let's, the important work of... Gosh, there's actually... Oh my giddy goodness, look at that. Look at how little meat there is left. You know what that means, folks. We can actually do another round of slaughtering. My goodness. Because that's all prepared meals there, right? Dwarven wine stew, buffalo meat stew, llama spleen stew. It's a lot of stews, honestly. Which means... There's a lot of bone. Let's go ahead and make another thing of bone crafts, shall we? Bone crafts. And we're going to do, like... 350. 360, why not? It's a full circle of bones. Presumably, that'll get us somewhere. And then we go to what? Units? And livestock. These cavies. I thought we were getting rid of these frickin' cavy things. Because we don't need them. That's for gelding. All llamas. Sows. And boars. Let's leave... Do we want to leave a single breeding pair of pigs? I think we do. So we slaughter all but one sow and one boar. Same thing for the yaks, I think. One bull, one cow. Same thing for the water buffaloes. One bull, one cow. Do the same for the... Do we not have... Where are my rams at? We got one ram, and that's an owned ram. And do the same thing for the llamas. Leave these two as a breeding pair up top. And then from there... Ooh. Yep. That's going to be part of the goal, is to just grab up some of these frickin' animals, right? Let some of our pasture recover. Now, what to do about these piles of vomit, I could not tell you. Still nothing down here. Still bone dry on elevation 33. Which I'm not complaining about. I'm just pointing it out. But, I mean, theory is held. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, some of this has gotten up against this and is drained down here. Of that, I'm fairly certain. So, aquifer containment has worked just fine. And it has been utterly limited to the, to the tunnels. Which is also good. Let's see what we've got here. Unrotten horn body part. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and... Oop. Where's our broker? Where's our bloody broker? Yeah, I mean, he'll be coming back here eventually. He's just off to... presumably eat, drink, or cajole. And should be back at some point. Where's our broker? Oh, he's sleeping. Okay, that's fine. I can live with him taking a little sleep. That's perfectly fine. If you need to sleep, go sleep, bro. You brewing? Storing an owned item. Jet blocks. Line. Okay. So. Putting down the barrel, or putting down meat, which means that some of these spare barrels ought to be grabbed out of storage. And brought down here. Pig fat and llama fat. Now here's an interesting question. Which is... should we, like, build a bunch more craft dwarf shops? We've already got, what, we've got 6 of these things, right? Do we make, like, another... do we make 8 craft dwarf shops? Just to, like, make it really silly? Do we just go, like, really nuts with this? Because I kind of think we do. I really, really think we do. As a matter of fact. Okay, so 1, 2. 1, 2. You know what? And screw it. We're actually going to make this... we're going to make this hallway 2 wide. Like 2 tiles wide. Then we go 1, 2, and 1, 2 for a total of 8 workshops. We're going to dig there, dig there, dig there, dig there. And call it a dig there day. And then we just build 8 more bone workshops. Because I want to see if we can, like... I want to see if we can empty this storeroom, right? Both of these storage areas of bone. How is our... we need to bring some barrels down here, folks. There's no getting around it. Now, folks, why are you putting your frickin'... Sunk into a depression. That's unfortunate. Why are we taking pants off down here, folks? Because we have lots of barrels to spare. It's just a matter of folks getting them down to where they need to be. Right? At the end of the day. Stockpile number 4. Stockpile number 4. Okay, so this is all part of the same stockpile. Which is fine. The cavy down there. Slaughtered. Oh, they left. Well, nothing that we can do about that now. Unfortunate, but, you know, whatever. You leave some logs for us? That's considerate of them. That's another thing. We need to make... we need to make more room for rocks. We need to manufacture a bunch more rock blocks. Yeah. We need to make, like, another 350 of these things as well. And we're actually going to prioritize that over our bone crafts. We're actually going to prioritize that over plant processing, which is wild. But I think necessary. For the record. For the record, I think it is necessary. Are we actually doing something? No, she is not. She's most certainly not. Good to know that Iton is gonna, you know, do what she loves doing right to the end, which is running around and babbling. Precisely what we want to see, folks. Without fail. Without fail or fortune. Nope. Still nothing drained down here. Aquifer is intact. Okay, so we have started in on the rock block orders, which is nice. Because we got to do something about all these rocks. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's someone in the hospital. What's your problem, bud? Intraction, wounds, chin whiskers were torn apart. Okay. Had some kind of injury to his right hand and wrist, which is why he's in traction. Okay. Whatever. That's fine. It's good to know that somebody is, you know, running around with these, What you hauling, buddy boy? He'll have to make a rock block. When he's actually going to the nearby, workshop as well. Isn't that considerate of him? Oh, gosh. No! What happened to Guts? Wait, where the heck did Guts go? He's dematerialized, leaving behind only a llama bone figurine. of Zor Tunnel Dagger, the Red Quakes. Did we kill a Minotaur named Zor Tunnel Dagger at some point? Oh gosh. What on earth? There's a tavern brawl. Oh, good heavens. What on earth is happening? What is happening? That's what happens when you've got no justice system in your damn fortress, I suppose. Oh, there's Guts. Oh, Guts, buddy. No, not Guts. Oh. There's this horrifying little undead homunculus. Can we, like, break up this fight somehow? Like, is this legitimately just gonna prove to be, like, a fight to the... Is this a fight? Like, multiple people have died in this bar fight at this point. This tavern brawl. I don't even know... I think it's over. Good lord. I don't know how this happened. How this kicked it off. Oh well, that's gonna end it for me here in late spring of 211. Oh, we might F around and do like a really long stream on Monday or something just to get this whole thing wiped out once and for all. But that is going to have to do it for me for now. I will be back later today with some more Lies of P, which should be fun. That's probably not going to be too terribly long from now. But as of right now, we are going to call it on Dwarf Fortress. Folks, thank you all very much for watching. I am Ned Fan, and until next time, goodbye forever.